Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Joey the Veiled Cottage Witch, and this is a wonderful new moon in Gemini. I'm so excited to be with you today. We're going to do a new moon energy reading for the collective today. I've got my Black Moon astrology card here. Representing Gemini. I've got my brand new background. I'm so excited about it. It's so pretty and it matches the cards I've chosen for today. I think we're so in sync here. I've got my moonstone and my fluorite out. Isn't this beautiful, you guys? Oh, I love it. And then my rainbow moonstone. Look at that. It looks like a planet, which matches the theme. I've got my Under the Oak Tarot, and I've got my Dreams and Incantations Oracle. This is the first time I'm using either one in a reading. I'm so excited. So a little bit about the Gemini new moon. So new moons are new beginnings, right? The slate has wiped clean. Everything is brand new. It's like an empty canvas. So this is the perfect time to start those new intentions. Plant those new seeds. And Gemini is the sign of the twins, Castor and Pollux. Adaptability, communication, curiosity, versatility, mental agility, communication. It encourages learning, embracing change, and connections with effective communication. Because if you are not on that same plane, think about magnets. Either they come together or they repel each other. So I thought we'd do an intuitive reading instead of following a spread, because I just couldn't find one I vibed with. I'm like, no, that's not what I want. This is not what I want. So since we have the twins present, I thought we would do a one side versus the other and do tarot versus oracle and just have a little fun with this reading today. So if you're on board, stick around. Let's do it. All right, so let's keep this in the middle. I'm going to move these to the corners. I like a nice, neat, tiny workspace here. And let's see what the tarot side has. And what we're going to do is, if you want to set your intentions while I'm shuffling, and one side is going to be light and one side is going to be shadow. So the light side is going to be kind of like the positives, what needs to be brought into the light about the situation that you're thinking of. So this is kind of the unknown, the light is showing a spotlight. So think of this as the spotlight. This whole area, and I'm going to bring out 4 and 4 because that's a nice even number. We've got 2, 4. Nice. That worked out great. Exactly what I wanted. And this is just free form, so there's not a whole lot of this means this and this means that. We're getting loosey-goosey up in here. So let's put that over there. And then for this side, for the oracle, this is the dark side. This is the kind of the unknown. This is what lives in the shadows over here. This is what you can't see. So these are going to be kind of confirmation kind of things you already kind of know that you need to recognize about yourself and about the situation. This part is kind of the unknown that you do need to give attention to. So you need to give attention to everything around here, but these are things that you might not know that needs to be brought to your attention. Make sense? If not, I'll try to explain it as we go along. Well, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 here. We'll put that in the middle. Sure. We're making it up as we go along. Why not? All right. Let's set these here. I don't usually read Oracle reverse, so that doesn't matter. Hopefully we can see everything. Let me see if I can zoom. Oh, not that far out. Okay. All right. So now we have a pretty good space. Let me see how that looks. Oh, not too bad. All right. All right. So let's see what is in the light first. Let's do the dang thing. All right, so these are things that are pretty obvious about whatever situation you have intention about. So the 9 of Swords reversed here. Let's take a look at that. So the 9 of Swords reversed, there's a lot of worry. But when it's in reverse, you've got a lot of worry runes here. You've got the shadow self here, just mirroring this, but it is in reverse. So that tells me that there's worry for no reason. And because it's in the light side, you know it. You know it. You're getting yourself all bound up for no reason whatsoever. So, and because it's in the light side, you know that. But you're having a hard time bringing yourself out of that. That is where the Page of Cups comes. And look, he's out in nature, getting sunshine, playing with his little fish. Look at this little guy splashing around. The Page of Cups tells you that you need to play. You need to have fun. And because it's water and this lovely waterfall behind him, a little emotional cleansing is going to go really, really far with you. Grab a nice shower, a nice bath, even just a good meditation with a nice waterfall cleanse would do a world of good to just get those unfounded fears and worries to go. They're unfounded. You don't really need to worry about them at all. The 10 of Cups right here shows tons and tons of happiness all around you. But because it is reversed, you're having a hard time getting back in touch with that. Again, getting some vitamin D outside will help you a lot. But you're just not getting a lot of support from others in order to be happy. But listen, emotional support does not have to come from outside of you. It comes from inside. And when you look at this in reverse, you can kind of see that. You kind of see that it's all within her, not without. It's all inside of you. So really, that which you do not find within yourself, you will never find without. And I don't know who says that quote, but I know it's a quote by someone. But you don't need that outside validation from anyone else. You get that from yourself. Do what makes you happy. Maybe that's frolicking in the woods, like this fawn right here, or faunus. Maybe that is drawing or painting or sculpting, or just, being alone with your thoughts and getting things straightened out in your head. But if you're alone in this world and you don't have a relationship, you don't have a lot of friends, it can make you feel very sad. But I'm here to tell you that it's okay to be alone, but that doesn't mean you have to be lonely. You have the sun right here, and the sun is in reverse, which again, vitamin C, get outside. It is warm, it is summertime, almost. We are so close. We have less than a month before summer solstice. And this has a lot to do with not just the physical sun, but it has a lot to do with metaphysically changing your mindset. When we get stuck in the shadow side of the sun or the reversal of the sun, look at this, beautiful. I love this. When we get stuck in the shadow side of the sun, our mindset tends to be everything's negative. Nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. I'll go in the corner and eat worms, blah, 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 blah. We tend to catastrophize. We tend to get in a downward spiral to where I'm having a bad day, I'm having a bad week, I'm having a bad month, I'm having a bad year, and it just keeps spiraling. And when we look at that spiral, who knew? I didn't. But when we do that, we forget to be grateful for the little things in life. And I just did a meditation yesterday morning because I had a really good day at market. And it started out crappy, but then the last hour it got really, really good. So I did a gratitude spell for the things in my life that are turning out good. And it turned around my whole mindset, because I was like, maybe I should quit going to market. I'm not doing very good. And I had a own little pity party there for a minute at market when things were slow and people just walking by. Nobody was stopping in. I had a whole hour and a half where nobody came to my tent. And I was having a little pity party, just like the reverse sun. And, it was like, who am I helping? I'm helping nobody with this attitude. And so, I did a gratitude meditation and I burned some gratitude incense, which smells amazing. And I turned my mindset around because I started to think about, what am I most grateful for? And what else? And started to list things in my mind that I was grateful for. And when you do that, the universe responds. Oh, you like those things? Well, let me give you some more things to be grateful for. It's manifestation magic, and it will shower you with blessings. I promise you. The more that you can say, I'm grateful for this and this and this, the more things the universe will give you to be grateful for. It's the way the universe works. So this has everything to do with mindset. And because it's in the light, you know this. We all have been in a shitty mood, and all we have to do is change that perspective. And it can start with gratitude, or it can start with changing the activities that we do every day. We got to change it up. Last night, I usually go to bed early every night, but I took myself to the movies and I saw a scary movie, just like on a whim, because I had to change things up because things were looking, I do this and I do this and I do this, go to bed, wake up, do the same thing. Changing that routine is really going to do that. When you make changes on the physical, it makes changes on the metaphysical. Changes in mindset happen when you change things in the physical. So, something to think about. Let's move over to our oracle, the shadow side. I keep forgetting the name of this. Dreams and Incarnations Oracle. I don't have like the box that it comes in, so I got totally confused about what oracle, but I knew I wanted to use this to be the first time I use it. So let's see what is lurking in the shadows. Okay. Wow. So we have the reflection. So, okay, this mirrors this right here. We've got a reflection right here, a shadow self, and we have this reflection here. You are seeing the negative aspects of yourself, and you're not really liking that, and that's in the shadow. That's what you're repressing. That's what you are pushing down and refusing to look at. That is in the shadow. It's not easy when you are feeling like this to look in the mirror. It's not. You're going to see all the flaws. But by seeing all the flaws, you can then work on those flaws. But the more we repress them, the more we push them down, the bigger they will get. Carl Jung psychology is such a powerful thing. And, he always says, if you push it down, it gets bigger. It's very true. Something to think about. The Deceiver. For me, I love this cat. For me, this card gives me the energy of like acting like everything is okay to your friends and family, putting on a mask instead of actually like working on the things that we repress. Sorry, you need a drink. Instead of working on those things, we put a mask on and we give this false kind of image that it's like we're in a play and we're going about playing this character, but it's all fake and we're being fake when we do that. And it's courtesy. Excuse me. When people's like, "Oh, how are you?" And if you're not doing well, we're not going to tell everybody, "Oh man, I'm having the shittiest month." And it's nobody's really asking how we are. When they do that, "Oh, hey, how are you?" in passing, nobody really wants to know that we're doing awful, We're just putting on a mask. "Oh, I'm doing great. How are you?" We're deceiving others and we're deceiving ourselves by being courteous, But when you're sitting down with your best friend or your mom calls or, a friend of yours calls and say, "Hey," this happens to me all the time in my psychic circle. "Hey, I saw something that reminded me of you. How are you doing?" This is when you can take that deceiver mask down. "I'm not doing too well." That is when this needs to come down. A total stranger, no, don't open up about that. They don't care really. They're just being polite. But when you get that call or when you get, someone that is genuine, who genuinely wants to know how you are, they're calling you out. They're calling out the deceiver. Hey, put that mask down and tell me how you really are. Then the deceiver mask can come down. There are people that you can fake it to, and then people who honestly want to know how you are. Take that mask down. They want to help. I have several people like that in my life, and bless them for doing that. Val, you are one of them. If you watch this, Val, you are one of them. Bobby, you are one of them. Marina, you are one of them. It goes on and on and on. All right. And this is trapped. If you are feeling like you are just in this cycle, endless cycle, and you cannot get out, please reach out. Please reach out to a friend. This could be the opposite. This could be the friend that needs to reach out. There are so many people who just live a dull, depressing, trapped life. And it's just the same things over and over, over and over, and over and over. And they think that they cannot break free, but they can. They just may need a little assistance. And it's okay to ask for help when you are feeling this way. But all you have to do is ask. There are people around you. There's support in your community for you. You do not have to be trapped. There are people in your community willing to help you. Wow, this got serious really quick. All right. The sage. Look at that beautiful owl. Look at that. This tells me, I'm moving the thing. This tells me that there is wisdom inside you. Sometimes when you are feeling this down and feeling this depressed and feeling this lost, like you've been feeling, sometimes all of that wisdom and intelligence and knowledge that you have somewhere, it's hard to access it. It really, really is. And sometimes you have to sit back and you have to breathe and you have to take a moment to think, take a moment to access that knowledge, to take a moment to pull up those files. Wait a minute. I do know what to do in this situation. Wait a minute. I do know how I can handle this. I've learned something. Gemini is all about learning and communicating. And not just communicating with others, but communicating within yourself. That light and dark inside of yourself. And it sometimes takes a while for you to remember, oh, wait a minute. I myself know how to solve this. I just have to change my mindset in order to access that information. We're computers, we really are. But sometimes it takes us that mindset change in order to be able to pull that file up, if you know what I'm saying. We're wiser than we think we are. Have you ever been so nervous to take a test? You know what I'm talking about. and you're so nervous. You're like, I'm so nervous. I have to take these tests. I feel like I don't know any of the answers. But you do. You just have to breathe a minute, calm yourself, take a breath. Yes, you do know you were just nervous. I remember the first time I took my driver's test, we went like 2 blocks. And I messed up on so many things because I was so nervous that we went right back. And they said, test is over, you failed. And I was so upset with myself because I practiced so hard. I was just too nervous. And that's the deceiver in us that we have to get over. You know, all those nerves and anxieties and worries that we have to let go of in order to access the sage inside of us, that wise person that knows what to do. Yes. All right. And now the card that's in the middle. Oh, look. It's the novice. Look at the baby. Oh, she's so cute. Sometimes we may feel like we are at the beginner stage, like we are learning for the first time. It's a beginner's mindset. Sometimes when we are calling our best friend to help or calling upon, the side of ourselves that need to get out in nature and get some sun, we have to take that beginner's point of view and look at everything with new eyes, just like the new moon. We have to start from scratch, and we have to take everything in a new point of view and a new perspective. And that can join these two together. If we take on that newness, that new point of view, we can better look at all those shadows. And we can learn from them. And we can incorporate that into our new mindset. So that was the chaotic a little bit, but I hope we made it through okay. Gemini new moon reading for the collective. I hope you found at least a little bit of something that resonated with you. If you did, leave me a little Gemini sign or a little heart or something. If you made it through to the end, please visit my website to set up a reading with my tarot reader, Bobby Fierro, at Wild Raven Tarot. I'll put that up here. Check out my other classes, my workshops, or my herbal store. Just remember to punch in that code word, all caps veiled, to get free shipping. That's a huge discount for my YouTube channel only. You can also please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more content. You can also, if you would like to financially support this channel, you can do that by buying me a coffee. No pressure whatsoever, just helps me out. Other than that, live your best life and live for yourself. I will see you on the next one. Bye.